Growing curry leaf plant is easy if you follow up a proper guide to care this fast growing plant. And in this video we will discuss about 7 tricks to healthily grow curry leaf plant. So keep following and don't forget to subscribe. Curry leaf plant is a tropical area permanent foliage plant native to South Asian countries. The unique smell and flavor of curry leaves is the main cause of its use in cooking. Their dark green colored leaves also used in the treatment of many health problems. Curry leaf plant is a tree type plant and can grow up to 20 feet. That's why growing it in a pot requires some extra care. So let's talk about that. The most important thing to grow curry leaf plant at home is to understand its season of growth. Curry leaf plant is a tropical area plant and starts its growth as the summer starts and continue to grow until late summer days. Unfortunately, this plant completely stops its growth as the winter sets up. Winter is the dormancy time of curry leaf plant and yellowing and dropping of its leaves is a very normal thing. They can bear up to 10 degrees of temperature. So if you are going to grow them in a colder region, try to move them indoors in the hard winter days. They will sprout new leaves as the temperature starts to warm up in the early springs. The another important thing in curry leaf plant care is about its pot size. As told, curry leaf plant is a tree type plant and can grow really fast. Keeping it in a smaller pot is never going to help. So it will be very helpful if you choose at least 10 to 15 inches of a container, just like this grow bag. As much the roots grow inside the soil, the new leaves and branches grow as well. In pots, roots are being grown in a limited space. The bounding of roots can also cause a stunted growth and yellow leaves. So it will be very helpful if you repot your plant every year. Spring and rainy days are the best time to repot curry leaf plant. Just keep the plant in a shade for some days and water very carefully, and your curry leaf plant will definitely grow back. Another thing in curry leaf plant care is the location where you are going to place this plant. Curry leaf plant is a sunny area plant and loves to be placed in a direct sunlight. You should provide at least 2 to 4 hours of sun to curry leaf plant, and more than that will be even better. The lower leaves of curry leaf plant turns yellow and falls off very commonly. Its biggest reason is the shortage of light. It's normal and have nothing to worry about. Another thing to keep the curry leaf plant growing is to know how to water this plant. Curry leaf plant is a drought tolerant plant and can bear a bit of underwatering as well as overwatering. Problems appear when we use a water blocking soil mix and expect the plant to bear this stress. So it will be very helpful if you choose a well-draining mix and then water as the top layer of soil dries out a little. Sometimes the soil dries much quickly and sometimes takes time. Just remember to water only when the soil feels dry to you. For the soil mix, you can use any mix like my mixture that is homemade and works just perfect. Detailed guide on making this soil mix using very simple ingredients is linked in the description box. Must check it out. Otherwise, make sure the soil is not looking wet for a long time. To boost the growth of curry leaf plant, you should regularly prune some of its shoots. It helps in side branches, making the plant more bushier. Pruning is very simple, just take a disinfected cutter and cut the upper growing shoot of curry leaf plant. You can do the same whenever you find the plant is growing fast. Using a clean cutter is very important because problems like powdery mildew and leaf spot can appear on curry leaf plant that are majorly caused by the use of an infected cutter. You can simply use hydrogen peroxide that is linked in the description box to buy. And don't try pruning in winters as it is the resting time of curry leaf plant. Another important thing in curry leaf plant care is proper fertilization. Curry leaf plant is a moderate feeder and can be fed with any regular fertilizer. But for its maximum growth, a slow release nitrogen enriched fertilizer can work really well. Like you can use cow dung compost as it contains nitrogen as well as other trace elements. A handful of cow dung compost every 2 weeks in this season is more than enough. It's linked in the description box to buy. Remember, fresh cow dung is very high in nitrogen and can be harmful. So make sure you are using cow dung compost, not cow dung. Problems like yellow leaves, root rot and patchy leaves can appear on curry leaf plant. But keeping these points in mind helps a lot. Curry leaf plant also have some pest enemies that sometimes can go really bad. So it will be very helpful if you use a pesticide spray on all your plants every 10 to 15 days as a prevention. You can either buy neem oil spray from the description box link or a detailed guide is linked here to show you how to make neem oil spray at home.